Well, let's start in Tanzania, where Parliament has lowered the minimum age for HIV testing from 18 to 15. Doesn't sound much, but the move is aimed at helping to reduce HIV rates amongst young people in the East African country. And those rates, as you'll hear, are pretty shocking. Fridon Mazima is a public health campaigner doing his best to try to deal and educate against HIV in that age group and more widely. We spoke to him from Dar es Salaam.
Recently, there is a rise of new infection to this age group, which is estimated about 65,000 people. These are the new cases. Each year, 65,000. Out of these 65,000 is about 80% being girls and 20% being boys.
So they're a very vulnerable group. At the moment, they have not been able to test themselves. Is that right? Tell us how the lowering of the age will make a difference.
According to the law of the child of 2009, it was not allowing voluntary HIV/AIDS testing for children aged 15. Due to the rise of this infection, now the government has just passed a bill of ensuring that this group aged from 15 and above can just have HIV test without the consent.
Will people take up self-testing? Will they actually want to be tested? Because I understand, particularly amongst men, there's a strong cultural resistance to getting tested. Am I right?
Yeah, sure. It's somewhat challenge, but for me, I know the power of making awareness to the public. So because many were just reluctant and they were not going to the hospital for testing, and maybe it was thought that it's just because of being ashamed, maybe, or if found positive at the clinic. So by introducing this law whereby it's just allowing the test kits to be available where someone can just go and test himself or herself at home, it's just trying to improve that most of the people, about at least by 2020, we have 90% of people knowing their status.
Why are so many women affected by this? So many girls rather than boys?
At the same time, the challenge they face maybe when going to the schools, because this is the age group which most just getting into maturity. So the kid is just trying to try everything, and sometimes because of lacking of different services, you find someone just getting into sexual activity so that she can get something for just accommodating herself. So sometimes they face a bit of challenges that drive them to sexual activities.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen time and time again women, sort of girls, students, targeted by men in school. It's a dreadful situation. What about the situation with parental knowledge? Is there going to be a cultural problem getting girls to get tested without telling their parents? How much of a problem is that going to be, getting that message over?
Of course, somehow it's a challenge because, that kind of stigma that is always around when someone's positive for HIV in most of the societies in Africa. But it's just the matter of spreading the awareness and making the public aware of the importance of finding out someone who is positive, that it's very important even for them, for their protection. But at the same time, just making them aware that they can even provide the support. And if the person gets access to antiretroviral drugs, then it will be very nice for her or for him. So I think the first thing that is to be done is just ensuring that people are made aware and they're sensitized of the importance of just knowing their health status. So it's a bit challenging, but if the community is made aware, I think something that can be overcome.
Well, that's Fridon Mazima. Good luck to him, public health campaigner based in Dar es Salaam, reflecting on the lowering of the HIV testing age to 15 in Tanzania, and that extraordinary statistic that 80% of that age group, 80% of those infected from 15 to 19 are girls, and the reasons behind that are pretty shocking.
Newsday from the BBC World Service.